Hey guys, I am so tired. It's been a really long day. I didn't sleep at all last night, pulled an all-nighter, so I was sick all night again. And then I got up and my mom was like, oh, well, I'm working all day and my stepdad was doing a car run because, he doesn't have a real job. And my sister had school and then a baseball game, so basically I did everything today. I made dinner completely. I did two double sinkfuls of dishes because apparently we can fill up a double sink in less than a day. I did 5 loads of laundry, folded them all, put them all away. I got my sister off the bus. I got her ready for baseball. I just was doing shit all day. I am tired. I don't feel well. And yeah, I am just going out of my mind with stress and I'm so tired. But yeah, I don't know. But I guess some good news. I got my Wacom bamboo splash set up and this is what it looks like. See, that's the drawing pad and then this is the pen. If I can get it out. And it writes like paper. Hold on, my thing just changed screens because it's plugged in. Where did you go? There it is. Okay. So, yeah, I can't actually write on it because it's plugged in and it all changed the screen and everything, but. So I did a couple drawings. They're on Tumblr. Well, one of them is so far. And that one was after just an hour of playing around with it, so it kind of sucks, but. Anyway, I really like it. I've been using that every free chance I have, and it's pretty awesome. It's like having so many art supplies without having to pay for any of them, so it's great. Um, yeah, I don't know what else. There was something I was gonna tell you guys, I forgot. But, yeah, I don't know. Um, I ate a bit more today, but not much of it stayed in me. Um, but of course, that was because dinner was pot roast because that was what my mom decided to take out, despite, the fact that I can't eat that. So, pot roast, potatoes, and carrots. I ate the potatoes and carrots, and that was about it. Grapes. Probably wasn't the best idea, but what else did I have? I had some crostini things, like toasted bread type things with olive oil and because they were salty and supposed to be eating salt, so um and then I just had egg, ham, and cheese on toast because I had to take my pills. I have to eat with my pills, so yeah, it's what I've eaten today, and I feel like I ate a Thanksgiving feast, which probably not good that I feel so full when I really didn't actually eat all that much, but I guess I'm just gonna have to try to keep eating more, and because my stomach's too small right now, so I have to like expand it because I've gone so long without eating a lot. But it's hurting a lot right now, so it's gonna be a really slow process. I just wish people would stop getting on my case about eating. My stepdad's an asshole about it, and my mom, I know she cares, but it's like she just keeps telling me to eat and eat and eat and eat, and she doesn't seem to get that. It's not that I don't want to eat, because trust me, I love food, but I can't. Like, it's just, doesn't work like that. So, I gotta find something that I can eat. Those brownies in a mug have been working well, but not the healthiest thing. They have an entire egg in it though. I mean, at least it has some protein. Um, yeah. I left my pan from the eggs that I made in the sink. It was like just one pan. The rest of it was able to go in the dishwasher. and I know I'm gonna get shit for that in the morning, but I don't even care anymore because my hands are so swollen. I did too much today. Between folding the laundry and doing the dishes, my hands are not appreciating it because, arthritis and all that, so. But I have to call my doctor first thing in the morning because I've got some kind of infection thingy going on, and I need to get that taken care of, and I think my ear might be infected as well, and I've left that for a really long time, and it's starting to affect my hearing actually, so yeah, I have to go in tomorrow again. Hopefully they can fit me in, because I can't wait another day. This is just, I can't do it. It hurts. So, it's stressing me out even more. Yeah, I don't know. I just wish this was all over. I don't want any more medications. I do not want antibiotics because that's going to make my stomach even worse. And it's just too much. I wish I could just stop all the medications. Just get rid of all of them. Maybe some of the side effects would go away, but then, I mean, I'm so sick now, I can't imagine what it would be like then. Kind of wish they would just put me in the hospital, and that's a weird thing to say, because, most people don't want to be in the hospital, but I wish they would just put me in the hospital with constant, fluids, and then at least I could get pain medication when I need it. So, I have one or two morphine pills left, but I really don't want to take them between side effects, and it's not going to give me the full effect anyway, so why bother? And I don't want to waste them, because, what if I really need them? I don't know, it's hard to judge when I really need them, because it's always really, really bad, and you always say, well, it's the worst pain I've ever felt. But then there's a worse pain later on, and it just keeps getting worse, so that it's just too difficult to judge. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's driving me insane. I'm not just the phrase driving me insane, but literally, I feel like I'm going crazy. I mean, with my ear and the hearing issues. I have hearing issues anyway from trauma, from head trauma, but this is in a different ear, and it's actually producing a noise. It's a type of tinnitus. It's pulsatile tinnitus, and I already have it, but it's changed it, and now it's a high whistling pitch sound in my ear that no one else can hear but me. And it literally, it's so, I, it's psychologically tormenting. It's literally psychological torture, because I can't stop it. It doesn't end unless I push on my carotid artery, but I assume that's not a good thing because it's kind of, you know, blocking the flow, and that's why I can't hear it anymore. But um it's just so it's always there. It's this high pitched squealing, like an ambulance type thing. It sounds like a bit like an ambulance. And it's constantly there. No matter how loud I put my music, no matter what way I turn my head, no matter what I do, it is always there. And I swear to God that I honestly, when it gets late at night and I get beyond tired and that's keeping me up, I get these insane urges to stick a knife in my ear, because I honestly do not know what else to do. I mean, I'm not gonna do that because that's just plain irrational, but it doesn't stop me from failing like I want to. It's really, 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 really annoying. And it gives me horrible headaches because it's just loud and high pitched, and I don't know. But, yeah. I don't know what's going on with my blood pressure, but the fluids didn't help stabilize it long term. I mean, it was better once they got me the fluids in me at the hospital and at the doctor's office the next day, and it got better for a little bit, but again, I can't stand up without um the dizziness, lightheadedness, my vision going completely gray, and half the time I fall over. And I don't know, the falling over might not be due to that. It might be the if I do have an ear infection, my balance could just be off because the equilibrium thingy, biology, too tired for that. But it's really getting to the point that it's interfering with everything. Like, my mom's like calling for me and she's like, come do this, come do that. It's like I get up and it takes me a good minute to like reorient myself because it takes at least 30 seconds for my vision to clear enough for me to walk without walking into something. Cuz I'm legitimately going blind for those however many seconds. I'll say between 30 seconds and a minute. I'm legitimately going blind. I cannot see. So obviously that's really scary, and I don't want to move around because I'm gonna fall over something, and it's just, yeah, I don't know. um I mean, at least like when I'm driving and stuff, I'm sitting down the whole time, obviously, but it's kind of scary. I keep thinking like, what if that happens while I'm driving, because I already had that issue with, for those of you that don't know, last November, I was driving to school, and it's like a 2 to 2.5 hour drive, and I was almost there. I was 5 minutes down the road, and like I was literally on the street that the school is on. I was 5 minutes down the street, and I got into an accident, and it was actually a health thing. Like, I blacked out or something of that nature. It was something to do with my blood pressure or heart rate or something like that. That's happened before, but never when I was driving. And I blacked out and I got in a really bad car accident. I hit two other cars. Well, I hit the car in front of me and then they hit the car in front of them. My car was completely totaled and I wasn't like severely injured as in like permanent injury, but I didn't break anything, but I tore tissue in my chest. Yes, I tore tissue in my boob from the seatbelt, and I had like the bruises were insane. Like, it was just my entire body was bruised. Um and I hit my head and bruised my face cuz the airbag came out, and when the airbag came out, it hit me in the face. And well, I think we're not clear on what happened because I don't remember it because I was blacked out for the most part. The only part I remember is the few seconds, like not even a few seconds, the like second or less as I was hitting the car. I blacked out before that. Then I came out of the blackout just for that few seconds. I hit the car, the airbag deployed, and I don't remember after that. So I blacked out due to health issues first, and then we assume I blacked out again due to getting hit in the head or face, but same thing. Um, so yeah, it's really scary. And I mean, that completely totaled my car. We had to get rid of the car because it was not drivable. They couldn't fix it. The door literally would not open. It was the front of the car was so smashed that it was preventing the front doors from being opened. And that was terrifying that I couldn't even get out of the car. They had to take me out on a stretch on a what do you call it, the board they put you on to not let you move because I hit my head so hard and my neck went weird, and I couldn't move right. My knees were like stuck under the dashboard. So they had to like, pry the car open and use all that stuff to get me out, and then it was just so scary, and no one else was hurt. It was just me, but um I don't want that to happen again because I've well, I've been through a lot of scary things in my life, and I can't say it's the scariest thing that's ever happened to me, but it was a different kind of scary. I mean, the sounds and the smoke that was coming from. Okay, I thought the car was on fire because I don't know if you know this, but when the airbags deploy, there's like the stuff that comes out of them, and it looks like smoke, and I couldn't see over them. I thought it was coming from the engine. I thought the car was on fire, and I was screaming at the top of my lungs, begging for someone to come help me. No one stopped, which was probably the worst part of it all, looking back on it. Not one person stopped. The other people and the people in the other cars, they got out, they were fine. Like they weren't hurt at all. I don't know how they like their cars weren't even totaled. I don't know how like mine was so bad and they were fine. But they were out of their car and everything, and I was sitting there screaming because first of all, I couldn't move. I couldn't unbuckle my seatbelt. I couldn't move my legs because they were stuck. I couldn't open my door. I was screaming hysterically, and my car was open, the door was open like an inch, and that was as far as it would go. So obviously, these people heard me. No one came over. Like, not one car stopped. The people in the other cars, no one came over to me. I was sitting there alone, screaming in so much pain because my chest was literally, the tissue was literally torn in my chest, and the seatbelt was still pressing against it really hard, so it hurt really, really bad. Like, I honestly thought, like, I had, like, it had, like, something had, like, punctured my chest. And so, I honestly thought I was so seriously injured, like, but and I had to stay there alone by myself. No one bothered to come and even just say, hey, it's okay, they'll be here soon. No one did that. No one bothered to even come near me. And the police got there first, and one police officer came over, couldn't open my door, couldn't get me out. So he's like, wait here, and he walked off. Like, not like I'm not normally the kind of person that's like expects everyone to cater to me because I've never had that in my life, so I don't expect it now. But I mean, it would have I now that I'm looking back on it, I wasn't thinking this at the time because obviously I had other things on my mind. But looking back on it, it would have been really helpful if maybe he had said like, "Okay, you're okay. There's no blood. You'll be fine. The ambulance will be here soon. We'll get you out." None of that. And he just walked away to talk to the other people. And that was just really scary. And I I don't know. I I wouldn't have expected that. I would have expected like, you know, more support because it's like it is a traumatic thing for anyone. But I don't know. Though, I mean, after that one police guy, I don't remember what happened after that again. And I don't know why that is. Probably just something, the same thing that caused me to have the accident in the first place probably was affecting that or whatever. But I mean, I I don't know. It was just a really scary, scary thing. And I mean, for a long time after, um, even just being in the passenger seat of a car, it was really, if someone stopped short while I was in the car, I screamed. It was terrifying. And I'm driving again now, and it hasn't been a year. It's been what, 6 months? Yeah, 6, 7 months. And I'm driving again, and I'm fine with it and stuff. But um, I I don't know. It was really scary, and just thinking about it, it like makes like my stomach clench. Like I don't know. I not that anyone wants to be in an accident, but I never ever ever want to have that experience again. I got in an accident when I was younger too, when my dad was driving. So he drives like a maniac, and he drives drunk too. He wasn't drunk at this time, but yes, he drives drunk. And not that that should be surprising to anyone that knows anything about my father, but um we're actually on our way to pick my brother up from Boy Scout camp. And my mom and dad were already divorced, but because it was a far drive, we all went together. because there was a thing for my brother's, like, troop or something. I don't know. They were doing some festival thing. So both my dad and my mom and I went in the same car. It was a Dodge Durango. I don't know if you guys know what that car looks like, but it's like it's not a truck. It's kind of like an SUV type thing. And so we were we were driving on the road, and there were it wasn't like a lot of traffic, but there were a good amount of cars around. And in one of the parking lots on the side of the road, there were I don't know what it was for, but they were doing a car wash with a bunch of, pretty girls wearing like next to nothing. And there were a bunch of teenagers in the car behind us, and they weren't paying attention, so they were looking at the girls at the car wash, and they hit us. And so they hit the back of our car. Actually, this was on the way home, so my brother was with us. Um, they hit the back of the Durango, and my dad had a bike rack on it too. So it was like the bike rack that kind of like sticks off the back of it and comes out a couple feet. So that went through the back windshield, and the glass did the most damage because the glass came flying forward, and the back side windows too, I think, were damaged. I don't know for sure, but there was a lot of glass, so I assume so. But so my brother and I were sitting in like the middle seats, and then my mom and my dad were in the front seats. And it wasn't like a severe accident, but the biggest issue was my mom and I both got the worst of the glass because of like she was in the passenger seat and I was behind her. So I was behind the passenger seat. Because we were on that side, we got the worst of the glass. And both my mom and I got glass embedded in our hair, and like so like it was like in like our hair and scalp and in our arms. And so that was like the worst of it, and it was bad because I had to pull it out and stuff, and it was kind of painful, but not enough for like big stitches or anything. But we just were really like had a ton of like tiny cuts. A couple of them got infected actually. It was really painful. But anyway, so like there was that accident, and afterwards my mom and I, again because of the side of the car we were on, we actually both ended up having really like bad, like, not whiplash, but issues with our necks and backs because of the way the car was hit and the way it moved. And so that was pretty painful for a while, but it wasn't as bad as the accident that I just got in this year. But yeah, I mean, I don't have good experience with car accidents. Not as bad as my grandmother though, because one time, this was before I was born. She was probably 40s or 50s at the time, and she was, I think it was a drunk driver, and so she was actually thrown from the car, and she broke like a ton of ribs, and her face is scarred up from it and everything. So yeah, like, at least mine wasn't that bad. My mom had to have surgery because of hers. My family has really bad luck with car accidents. Wow, yeah, maybe we just shouldn't drive. I'm a big proponent of just getting horses and bringing back the whole traveling by horses thing. I think it would be so much better. But yeah, I mean, I'd much prefer riding horses to driving cars. Well, that was a really long tangent, and I don't even remember what brought it up. But yeah, so car accidents. Um, yeah, so, well, I'm kind of bored of talking now because, I just bored you all with really long stories about car accidents that are really not relevant to much of anything. So I will let you go. Oh my god, I was talking for 25 minutes. What the hell? I never talked this much, but okay, so have a good night, guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.